What makes an underdog story truly unforgettable? Is it the journey, the obstacles, or the moment of triumph? Or maybe it's the person behind it all. When you think of Christain McCaffrey today, you probably picture one of the NFL's most electrifying stars. A player who can do it all: run, catch, break tackles, and make defenders look silly. But before he became the all-purpose threat we see on Sundays, McCaffrey was overlooked, doubted, and told he was too small to make it in the league. This is the untold story of Christain McCaffrey, the underdog who defied the odds, became an NFL superstar, and found himself on the biggest stage in football, the Super Bowl. Before he was a San Francisco 49er, before he was setting records at Stanford, McCaffrey was just a kid with football in his blood. Growing up in Colorado, he had some serious athletic pedigree. His father, Ed McCaffrey, was a Super Bowl champion wide receiver with the Denver Broncos. His mother, Lisa, was a Stanford soccer star.
He pours his heart and soul into this sport. I did the same, and I was lucky to be around a lot of teammates that had that same mindset, and we were able to accomplish some pretty wonderful things. So I think he's on that type of team as well. They got a lot of guys like him that love ball and work really hard. So no matter what happens, it's been a phenomenal year, but we got one more to go.
From the outside, it seemed like Christain had the perfect blueprint for success. A sports family, natural talent, and all the resources a young athlete could dream of. But here's the twist. Despite his family name and success on the field, McCaffrey's path wasn't paved in gold. In high school, Christain was already turning heads. He was a two-sport athlete, dominating both football and basketball. But still, the whispers started. People questioned if he was big enough to handle the physicality of the game at the next level. Some scouts doubted whether he could make it as a feature running back. In 2014, McCaffrey committed to Stanford University, following in the footsteps of his parents. But the pressure, it only grew. He was now playing in one of the most competitive college football programs in the nation, under the shadow of his father's legacy, and against athletes that were bigger, stronger, and faster than anything he'd ever faced. But that's the thing about underdogs. They rise, they adapt, they prove people wrong. And Christain McCaffrey? He did all of that, and more. During his sophomore year, McCaffrey exploded onto the national scene, setting the NCAA record for all-purpose yards in a single season. He became a Heisman Trophy finalist and helped lead Stanford to a Pac-12 championship and Rose Bowl victory. Still, despite all the accolades, there were doubters. Some analysts wondered if McCaffrey's college success would translate to the NFL. Would his smaller frame be able to withstand the punishment of the pros? Would he still be able to dominate as both a runner and a receiver? The 2017 NFL Draft was a moment of truth. Teams were eager for talent, but McCaffrey's unique skill set left some scratching their heads. He wasn't your typical bruising running back. He was an offensive weapon, versatile in ways the NFL hadn't fully embraced yet. And then, with the 8th overall pick, the Carolina Panthers took a chance on Christain McCaffrey. They saw what others couldn't, a player who could redefine the position. But the real test? It was just beginning. Like many rookies, McCaffrey faced challenges in his first season. He had moments of brilliance, but the NFL is a different beast. Defenders are bigger, faster, smarter. Every week is a grind. But Christian's work ethic? It was unmatched. He trained. He studied. He pushed his limits. Not just to prove others wrong, but to prove something to himself. And in 2018, McCaffrey had his breakout year. He became one of the few players in NFL history to record 1,000 yards rushing and 1,000 yards receiving in a single season. His versatility made him nearly impossible to defend. One play, he's running between the tackles. The next, he's lining up as a receiver, catching passes like a wideout. Defenders called him a nightmare. Coaches called him a mismatch. Fans? Well, they just called him CMC, a game changer. But in 2022, the landscape of McCaffrey's career changed once again. The Carolina Panthers, looking to rebuild, made a shocking decision. They traded their star running back to the San Francisco 49ers. The NFL world was stunned. For McCaffrey, it was both an emotional goodbye and an opportunity for a fresh start. Carolina had been his home for 5 seasons, but the 49ers offered him something that Carolina couldn't: a legitimate shot at a Super Bowl. And right from the start, McCaffrey didn't just fit into the 49ers system, he transformed it. In his second game with the team, he accomplished something rarely seen in NFL history: throwing, rushing, and catching a touchdown all in one game. It was clear, McCaffrey was the missing piece in San Francisco's offensive puzzle. The 49ers were already a strong team, but McCaffrey's arrival took them to another level. The offense became dynamic, unpredictable, and explosive. San Francisco stormed into the playoffs with a 10-game win streak and a clear mission to win the Super Bowl. And McCaffrey delivered. In game after game, he fought for every yard, broke tackles, and gave the 49ers a shot at glory. In the NFC Championship game against the Philadelphia Eagles, McCaffrey's incredible touchdown run showed exactly why he was brought to San Francisco. Despite being bruised, battered, and double-teamed, McCaffrey fought until the final whistle. The 49ers came up just short in their pursuit of the Super Bowl that year, but McCaffrey's story is far from over. In San Francisco, he's found a home, a place where his talents can shine, and where the Lombardi Trophy is within reach. From being doubted at every level to becoming one of the NFL's brightest stars, McCaffrey's journey is a testament to grit, determination, and heart. The underdog who became unstoppable. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.